Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to this week's Energy Insight for November 11th to the 18th. My name is Jackie Ellis from JackieEllis.com, and I'm an intuitive guide and mentor, Reiki master. I see energy and I help people decode the energy within them so that they can transform their lives into a life that they love. Now, every week I give an energy insight, and I ask my guides to give me 3 messages for people, and that will help them through their journey in some way. And I also start out each of these messages with the area in our life that relates to our chakra system, our energy centers, that will help us work through what we need to work through, what we've been shown to work through in some way, and help us really step into our power for that week. I release these energy insights, the full version, for my Soul Talk members well in advance of the week, so that they have time to go through it and really sit with it and see how that might mean, what that might mean for their own personal journey, a way for them to really step into the week within their inner power. And then throughout the week, I will release each message that I'm given to the general public so that they may use that information, use that intuitive message for their own purpose as well. But those are given in piecemeal videos, and in the videos that I release to the general public, I keep the beginning part with how it relates to our inner power, our energetic centers, so that we can, you'll hear it over and over and over again, but sometimes hearing it over and over and over again will help you also really allow it to resonate within you, so that you can really start to understand. Now, for Soul Talk members, they have that information available to them readily, and other resources that are available in the Soul Talk membership. So they have already stepped into their journey in a way that this is just a refresher for them, and a way for them to just remember what these signs are when they're along the wider pathway, per se. So, without further ado, I'm going to talk about the overall week that we are in, what that means energetically, and what are the signs for the week that will show us that we might be in the shadows, we might be stuck in the shadows, we might have stepped in a little bit in the shadows and the wider pathway, and made things a little bumpier than what we expected it to be for the week. So the domain for this week, it is a waxing quarter moon, the week of November 11th to the 18th, and that's the domain for our lower chakras. Now, I'm going to show you the portion of the light mastery map and you can download this light mastery map through my website by signing up for any of the free resources and registering for my website, so that you can get access to the light mastery map and any other free resources that are available. So the lower chakras is the domain of our boundaries, our will, our support, our limits, our resources, and our space. So it's how we relate to those things, how we relate to the limits. What are the limits that we're willing to place or that we're holding that are preventing us from being who we want to be? Or what are the limits that we're willing to put in place that will honor ourselves in a more definitive way and not allow outside forces to manipulate us or harm us in some way? It is really creating space for ourselves. It is knowing that we are supported completely and always by God, and being able to trust ourselves and know that we intuitively will have the resources provided to us if we don't have them already, or we have the resources available to us at any point in time if we are open to seeing them. When we are in the shadows, we will very much try to control situations in some way, or we're trying to unknowingly trying to manipulate situations to turn out to be a specific outcome that we feel that's the outcome is best for us. It is when we're feeling disempowered, or we feel like we may be disempowering another person, or we find ourselves being disempowered by someone else in some way, it's probably because there's like some sort of boundary issue that is not being honored by yourself. It is feeling like you have an energetic wall where you feel disconnected in some way, or you feel like there's no wall of protection at all, or no protection at all. It is feeling kind of scattered energetically, where you feel like you're just trying to grab onto anything that you can possibly grab onto because of some sort of uncertainty that's happening in your life in some way. It is feeling rejection and abandonment and then reacting to those situations in some way. It is a very much an overwhelming energy when it spins out of control, when it spins down a negative loop. It's very overwhelming. And so breathe, just like I did now. Breathe. There is definitely the Light Mastery Map will help you step into your power, help you alchemize that energy. As soon as you see those signs, those neon lights flashing, the Light Mastery Map will help you step into your power in some way. And because what those triggers are those triggers and the trauma that's coming up for you is very much a sign showing you that there's some way that you can honor yourself in a much healthier way. It is understanding that you can trust yourself. It's an understanding that you need to love yourself more so that you can honor your boundaries and create the space that you need to be creative, but to also not only be creative, but also be aligned with the person that you, with your higher self. It is being able to act with integrity for not only for yourself, but towards other people, and honoring them in a way that is not lashing out at them, not not disempowering them or manipulating them in any way, but it is very much in being of service to yourself and other people at the same time. It is taking intuitive action on the things that you're being guided to do, and knowing that you're supported as you do it, even if it doesn't make sense. Even if it doesn't make sense. The first message that I was given this week for November 11th to the 18th, and I know it hasn't been necessarily an easy week. The prior week wasn't an easy week for some people, but I want you to know that we are supported in more ways than we know right now. And I'm doing this message well before the 11th of November. So I intuitively, I've been shown that certain events may be happening, but where like emergency broadcasts and that sort of thing, but I don't know if they have at this point, because I've not waited to do this video for the week to start. I'm doing this video in advance of the week starting. So I will say this, that I've been shown that spiritual transformations are happening throughout the world, and that's the first message for the week of November 11th to the 18th. Spiritual transformations are happening throughout the world. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean for people? Because there's a lot of people that don't necessarily are not part of a church body, that have separated themselves from the religious systems in some way, probably because they read energy and saw shadow within those religious teachings. And so but for me, a spiritual transformation is a loving journey for your individual self, that loves yourself through whatever you're going through in any moment of your journey. It is learning to trust yourself. It is learning to trust God or universe or one source provider, whichever you want to call it. It's learning to trust that energy and know that you are supported through it all. It is, once you naturally fill yourself with all that self-love that you deserve, you naturally feel the love from that one source provider, from that one source energy of love that is loving energy. And it is a sacred relationship that you can't explain with words. The spiritual transformation is really the journey towards loving yourself enough so that you can be of service to others with love. With love. So the shifts, that the spiritual transformations are happening throughout the world. This means that there's shifts from a loving nature that are happening within people. People are healing and alchemizing the energy, alchemizing the constructs, the beliefs that they've had about themselves, the beliefs that they've had about core foundational things in our life, in the church body, in the financial system, in the government system, and they've seen enough truth to start choosing to release certain things and heal what they need to heal in order to really align with their higher self in some way. It is bringing a calming and peaceful energy within people, and it's starting to flow and resonate throughout the world. There is a definite calming and peaceful energy that is flowing in and being expanded and expressing out. But it's also a week where self-care is necessary to allow that healing to happen. It is being able to pause before reacting. It is being able to look at yourself without judgment and look at other people without judgment, and to have the patience and the love and understanding that you are looking at things through different perspectives than you've ever looked at them before. We are in a restore. We're restoring and transitioning into a new foundational structures that are relating to our governments, relating to our financial system, relating to our church bodies. And this takes action. It takes openness. It takes determination to allow the truth to flow through us, to allow the truth to heal what it needs to heal, and shed and break those masks that need to be broken. It is not losing hope, and focus on the healing and trusting that what is being transformed, what we're transforming on this earth, is going to help us support our continued growth going forward. It will help us continue our growth and healing moving forward. Because yes, we are all healing and growing, and as we expand ourselves in our energies in an energetic way, we are really coming into alignment with our higher selves. And as we do that, as we heal those energies and allow ourselves to be in that way, we are able to continue the healing effect throughout the world, from an individual to a collective. And that is the purpose of this new age that we're birthing right now. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I really, really do appreciate you all being here and being with me through every step of this. I'm sending you all much love. If you'd like to share the love in any way, please share, like, or subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. If you haven't done that yet. If you'd like to give back in any way, I have a link in the description of the video that allows you to buy me a virtual coffee. I help use these funds to help support my family. And there is a Soul Talk membership that I talked about briefly near the beginning of this video, and it's moderately priced on purpose so that more people can afford to make the transformations that they want within their life. I love you all dearly. Until next time, be simply you.